Good evening, everyone. It's now 6 o'clock. We find our seats. We're going to get started. That was fast. A very compliant group of workers. I have one here schools on behalf of our education seated by left and district staff, central office leadership team. I want to welcome you. 2021 Employee Recognition Program. It's nice to be back somewhat to normal and hosting these events. And being able to be together in celebration of our employees and our students. Began with a somewhat traditional graduation ceremony yesterday. It was 178 degrees in the football field. But we lost a couple pounds and made it through our active week here. So I'd first like to introduce those folks seated on the stage with me this evening so you know who's up here staring at you. To my left, far left, Board President Summer Putnam.
Hi, Summer.
Board Vice President Craig Watson. Board Secretary Lisa Novak. And our trustees, Brad Agnew. Tim Lipka. And Lisa Schultz. Also joining me on stage are our Executive Director of Human Resources and our Education Association President, Mrs. Kristen Wolfman. As this meeting is kind of co-sponsored by the district and our union leadership team, so I'd like to recognize some of our other union leadership members in attendance this evening. Our SEIE mechanics leader, Mr. Ron Bastine. Cheryl Doherty is our LTA Transportation President. Cheryl. She's the leader of the clubhouse right now. She's actually, and we already announced Kristen, and those are our leadership team members here with us this evening. So thank you for being here. It's been a unique year, a unique and challenging year to say the least. We had a considerable amount of loss this year in the community schools outside of the pandemic and the issues that the majority of our nation and quite frankly the globe are dealing with right now. Mr. Lindsay, our high school principal, pointed out at yesterday's graduation, we had 10 Lapeer high school students this year lose a parent. That's an incredible number of young people dealing with issues in 1 year. We lost husbands and fathers and employees and mothers and daughters and sons. And it's just been a continual challenge to deal with all of that loss and come back every Monday and deal with our students and try to put on a happy face. And we've lost coworkers and friends in a time where people, I think, are already really at their limit. The pandemic has put a considerable amount of stress on the average workplace. I don't think schools are unique in that regard. I think all of us have had challenges at home, whether it's being home with a spouse or your children longer than you're normally used to. That's certainly stressed our families, and the workplace is no different. So when you pile on top of it all the loss that we dealt with here in your schools, I can't remember a time in my tenure as superintendent that I really wanted to hear that ends so badly as this one. And not because we are done working with young people or we're tired of coming to work every day, but honestly because you just go on the phone or open your email and see what tragedy has hit most recently. And then of course on Saturday we deal with 3 of our local businesses burning down in the city. So it's one thing after another. So I know we're all collectively fatigued, but tonight offers a respite from that as we join together to celebrate our best and brightest, those staff who have chosen to retire and end their long and prestigious careers here in their schools. Will honor them, as well as award recipients that are voted and nominated by our staff. And we're excited to welcome them to the fold as this year's version of our recognized employees. So I'll begin with the retirees. And what we're going to do, this is an annual traditional here. This is our 37th annual LCS employee recognition event. So it's going on almost 4 decades here, gathering one day a year to pay tribute to our employees and our staff. So normally this event is held at the Care Country Club. It's a little bit more of an intimate setting. We have a meal that accompanies it, and we were supposed to be outdoors today, but made a last minute decision to change based on the weather. Well, apparently it seemed like it was the right decision. So what's 2021 without one last change, right? So that's the one constant we have this year, no doubt. But I'm going to call each retirees by name and ask that they come up here and join me on stage as I talk about them. Which, let's just take a look at your last. Now, I don't write these, full disclosure. These tributes are penned by colleagues of our retiring staff. Sometimes they contain funny anecdotes, sometimes I do a little ad-lib. We just go with it, but if you don't like anything that I say, remember, I am the author. Just my disclosure statement. So, our first retiree, Renee Bernard. So when I finish reading the tribute, what will happen is each person will go over and receive their award, and they'll be addressed by each of our members of the Board of Education. So as soon as I'm done, board, get ready, because you're on deck to hand this one out. We don't have an axe there. Okay, good start, Renee, good start. Renee started as a Lapeer Community Schools bus driver in October of 2003. She's a very caring person and is loved and respected by those who had the pleasure to work with her. Renee takes a tremendous amount of pride in her job and has a great relationship with her students, parents, staff, and fellow drivers. Renee worked as an, quote, unassigned driver for many years, filling in and covering runs wherever she was needed the most. In her last year with LCS, she covered bus 37, which had some challenging runs. She handles each new challenge with great patience and always maintains positive relationships with her students and parents, even through the most difficult situations. Renee has also been a bus driver trainer for new drivers for many years. In this role, she has helped to shape the next generation of LCS drivers. Renee takes great pride in her job and handles the many requirements of being a bus driver with ease and grace. Students, staff, and the whole transportation department, I believe about 50% of them are here this evening, will miss her greatly. We wish Renee the very best in her new endeavors and hope that she enjoys her retirement. On behalf of LCS and the transportation department, congratulations, Renee. Lisa York, come on down. Lisa is the epitome of an ageless, steadfast educator. That's supposed to be a compliment, I think. Her endless enthusiasm, willingness to continue to learn and grow, and boundless positivity are all impressive qualities that influence those around her to also be more positive and see continued improvement and growth. During her 30 years with her community schools, Lisa has taught in many classrooms and buildings throughout the district. Some of these assignments have arguably been the toughest teaching positions in education, including guiding at-risk students at middle level. Throughout all these many challenges she has faced, she always maintained dedication and commitment to students, and of course, an endless positive attitude. But we are truly saddened to lose a quality educator like Lisa from our staff. We know that she will not seem far away, and she will certainly continue to connect with staff on social media while she fulfills her family's dreams of traveling the world. Thank you, Lisa, for your many years of dedicated service to the students and staff at LCS. We wish you the very best.
Former student.
See, what she does works. Jerry Hughes, come on down. Another very unhappy person. Jerry has been a pillar in Lear Community Schools since 1996 when she began as a temporary Crampton building manager. Since then, she has served as a secretary at Maple Grove, Hadley, and most recently has been the face of Murphy Elementary. And it is a face that our families and staff and students have loved during her tenure, and it goes without saying that is a face we'll all miss seeing. Jerry is certainly well respected by her peers because of her competence at her job. She has served as a de facto mentor to many new secretaries throughout the district, and a tremendous resource for many veteran secretaries as well. But what really makes Jerry so good at her job is how much she really truly knows our students, our families, and the ever-changing Murphy staff. It's not just that she knows their names, but really knows the people, because she is the type of person who is naturally good at building relationships. Very true. Some of us have to work remembering the importance of personal connections and getting to know people. But it's those little things that are just in Jerry's nature. Truly, it's the little things that matter the most, and it's what Jerry is innately good at: caring for people, kids and adults alike. Jerry is certainly bittersweet, but we wish you all of the health and happiness possible in your retirement. We hope you know that you are leaving very big shoes to fill, and we'll miss you tremendously. As a side note, when I started to see Jerry, and I do this with some employees that I know can take it in stride, but they refer to it as retiring. I call it quitting. Now, sometimes, you're not supposed to bully others in the workplace, at least that's what the HR director tells me. And I thought it would work, but apparently she's still going to go through this. Even after all that abuse. So, congratulations and good luck on your quitting. I'd like to announce Our next Twitter IE retiree, Michelle Pfeiffer. How do you have that look on your face? You should be more nervous about it. I got something funny at the very first. Michelle Pfeiffer began educating the youthful year in 1994, which is the same year I graduated from high school. As a former painter and director of Lapeer West High School, Michelle has been dedicated to Lapeer Community Schools from an early age. Because in 94 you were 14, right? So an early age. She was able to return to the district to Lapeer Community Schools from an early age. Because in 94 you were 14, right? So an early age. She was able to return to the district she graduated from and provide future generations of Lapeer students with an amazing experience. Her energy, enthusiasm, and dedication are only a few of the traits that describe Michelle when she's engaging with her students. She works incredibly hard to provide each and every student with the best education possible, regardless of their own unique learning style. Not only does she promote lifelong learning, but she embodies that same belief herself in her own life. She is addicted to bettering herself at every turn, so that she can pass that knowledge on to her students, staff, and colleagues. Over the last several years, she has developed a passion for virtual learning. Very timely too, right? Like everything else she has done in her career, she jumped in with both feet. She has provided a wealth of knowledge about virtual learning to students, parents, and colleagues, and has been an invaluable asset to the district in this area. She is always trying to create innovative ways for people to access information, especially what teaching is all about. One can say that Michelle is and will always be a teacher at heart. She is caring, loving, compassionate to everyone. Michelle, we wish you well on your next steps in life, and please know we will miss you greatly. Congratulations. And our final retiree of the evening, Annette Price. Annette Price began working for the Lapeer Community Schools in 1997, 3 years after I graduated from high school. During her time with LCS, she found a passion for working with the district's most at-risk students. She noticed quickly that by developing relationships with her students, she'd be able to help mold them into young adults to be contributing members of society. She was always willing to use real-life examples of her own to help students through their own struggles. She was an advocate for the students at Lapeer Community High School and took great joy in watching them find success. One way she would celebrate their successes was by placing stars in the window of their classroom. The students really enjoyed putting up those stars when they completed their class and were one step closer to graduation. This small act created a strong sense of pride in her and, most importantly, her students. And that your dedication and enthusiasm will be greatly missed at LCHS. Best of luck in your future ventures, and thank you for all that you give the students of Lapeer. of the retiring staff from LCS, we found your program, not all employees chose to join us this evening, but let's hear one final collective ringing those bells from our retirees. So this event was not, we didn't have it last year. Obviously, we experienced the shutdown in March. Traditionally, the event was held in May. And so last year's award recipients got kind of a unique experience as it relates to employee recognition. So we wanted to take a small portion of this evening to recognize those folks last year who didn't get the opportunity to share with their family and friends actually receiving an award from the district. What we did do instead, and we kind of had some fun with it, is Kim, myself, Jared Field, our communications director with that, drove to every single recipient's house and congratulated them personally and gave them a yard sign to display so everyone in the neighborhood would not just know they were an award recipient. Some people put those in their front yard very hesitantly, I can tell you that. But we had a great time and drove all over Southeast Michigan, finding where our employees live. And we also recognized them on our Facebook page and invited them to join us if they so chose this evening. And so I would like to again congratulate the staff members from last year on their accomplishments. And we want to formally invite the following 4 individuals to come forward and get the recognition they deserve they were denied last year. So our 2020 Distinguished Service Recipient, Mrs. Mary Moss, please come forward. Our 2020 Distinguished Service Award, Ms. Sean Caruso. The 2020 Distinguished Educator, Michelle Nowak. And our other 2020 Distinguished Educator, Chris Brill. A portion of our 2020 award recipients. Thank you so much. Other award recipients from last year include Trevor Joy, Dennis King, Shannon Francis, and Cheryl Smith. At this time, I'd like to introduce Kim Siegling to present our Outstanding Contributor Award. Kim?
Good evening. Outstanding Contributor Award is awarded to individuals who have demonstrated creativity, innovation, and outstanding accomplishment through the development and use of ideas that contribute to improved instruction or improved operation of management of LCS. It is also awarded to individuals who consistently have gone above and beyond Call of Duty to provide support for district programs and operations in areas that exceed the general expectation of our organization. This evening, I'm pleased to have Board of Education Secretary Lisa Novak and Trustee Tim Lipka to help present this year's awards. Our first award recipient, Cynthia Axtell. Cynthia, good morning. Cynthia is receiving this award for her significant contributions to the program house at CFI. During the past 5 years, she has been a key player of the virtual team. Cindy spends much of the time problem-solving issues for students and staff, either through face-to-face interaction or virtually. She is quick to resolve problems and is willing to lend a hand to anyone that walks through the door. She is very knowledgeable about the program and regularly offers suggestions on how to make the program better. Many of her suggestions have been implemented over the years. Within the CFI building, Cindy has taken upon herself to help create an inviting area for students to learn and grow. She has personally created several art pieces which are on display throughout the building. She helped turn the virtual lab into a recreation of Central Perk from the TV series Friends. The atmosphere of the lab has taken on the persona of a coffee lounge and created an environment where students are comfortable to get down to the hard work of learning. Cindy shows up with a smile every day, ready to take on whatever challenge is at hand, and she's been an important part of the communication and organization of the program. Her knowledge and skill level are above the rest of the field. One of the best qualities is taking the initiative and tackling the next project on her agenda. If she doesn't have an agenda, she'll make one. For outstanding contributions to programming at the Center for Innovation, we are pleased to recognize Cynthia Axtell. Our next outstanding contributor, Katie Edwards. There is a theme here with virtual share. Katie Edwards has been an integral part of the Educator virtual partnership for over 4 years. Her contributions to the program have helped to grow the program during the last 4 years, but especially this year, when the program literally exploded and grew exponentially. Katie has made significant contributions to the program in a number of areas, which have led to the incredible success of the program. Her contributions include input with online platform purchase decisions, improving student registration and enrollment processes, and the development of optional learning experiences for students. Her contributions to curriculum and technology are very valuable, and she freely shares her knowledge with staff, parents, and students. Katie's special education background, her friendly, caring personality, and her desire for all students to succeed helped make her endearing to all the LCS students and families who are fortunate enough to work with her. One parent stated, "Mrs. Edwards is one of the most dedicated and loyal teachers she has ever been in contact with. Mrs. Edwards is our biggest cheerleader. She is encouraging and embraces our out-of-the-box approach." A current student said that Katie has been one of the biggest influences in my education. Katie Edwards is a tremendous asset to the Lapeer District, and our virtual program simply would not be the same without her efforts. For outstanding contributions to the virtual program, we are very pleased to recognize Katie Edwards. The next set of awards we will be presenting this evening are Distinguished Service Awards. In 1993, the Distinguished Service Award was developed to recognize non-certified support staff and administrative staff for exemplary job skills, high personal qualities, and dedicated service to the district. Non-teaching staff with at least 3 continuous years of service to the district are eligible to be nominated by their colleagues. A selection committee comprised of employees representing all bargaining units in central office makes the selection. Tonight, for this award, I am pleased to have trustees Brad Hagedorn and Lisa Schultz to help present this year's awards. Our first distinguished recipient, Renee Bernardi. For the past 17 years, Renee has been a part of Lapeer Community Schools as bus driver and bus driver training. Community members, teachers, and parents agree Renee is a special person that goes far beyond her expected job requirements each and every day. Ms. Renee eases minds of teachers and parents because of her undivided attention to safety and security for students. Even the parents of our youngest students could rest assured in knowing that Ms. Renee will take care of their precious cargo. She spent the first few weeks of every school year helping nervous kiddos get back home to their parents. Parents and students appreciated Ms. Renee's great attitude and that she knew everyone's name. She knows how to interact with kids and adults equally. A parent said, "I, along with many other parents, know that our children are in the best hands possible when they are with Ms. Renee." Another parent shared, "Ms. Renee has been such a light in my life as I know many other parents feel the same way. My son looks forward to her picking him up for school and to come back home. Our children are her life and their safety is always her number one concern. I can't even imagine there's another bus driver quite like her. She is one of them." Finally, a student says, "I look forward to the start of every year knowing I get to see Mrs. Renee on the first day of school. She never forgets me and always calls me by name." Renee is definitely someone that regularly goes above and beyond and makes the days of many people on her route better. For her service to the students and staff of Lapeer Community Schools, we are pleased to honor Renee Bernardi for distinguished service. Next, distinguished service recipient, Craig Irish. Many words can be used to describe Craig Irish, but the word that truly describes him the best is selfless. Not only did Craig graduate from Lapeer Community Schools, but he dedicated over 35 years of his professional life to the district. Throughout his tenure with LCS, he served in many roles, from custodian to head of grounds to faculty manager. There were very few, if any, tasks that Craig could not do, whether he was asked or not. Craig was always willing to lend a hand because he knew at the end of the day, we needed to provide opportunities for the students. His dedication to students could be seen every day by the condition he kept the buildings and the way every athletic facility was ready and prepared for practice or competition. How he greeted students, parents, stakeholders, and community members at the athletic events. He has always taken great pride in making LCS the best district it can be. As a person, Craig is reliable, understanding, and loyal. Craig is a trustworthy individual who can be counted on at every turn. Regardless of the situation, he quite simply just gets the job done. A former board member states, "It is hard to imagine that any student, staff member, or parent that has ever visited a building or sporting event in the past 30+ years has not seen or felt the impact of Craig's work and service to LCS. Distinguished service awards are reserved by their nature to recognize those that display exceptional, outstanding leadership, professional competence, and significant accomplishments over a sustained period of time. In short, Craig Irish personifies all of these." Another colleague writes, "He consistently puts in whatever number of hours it takes to ensure our district will put its best foot forward at every event." And finally, Craig brings dependability and pride at the highest level to everything he does. He epitomizes the cliche of doing ordinary things in an extraordinary way. It is safe to say that without his expertise and genuine caring for students, staff, and the entire community, the facilities of Lapeer Community Schools would not be what they are today. For exceptional service to Lapeer Community Schools, we are pleased to honor Craig Irish for distinguished service. Distinguished Service recipient, Brenda Wells. Brenda Wells has provided distinguished service to the Lapeer Community Schools Transportation Department for many years. She has adapted well, for the most part, with multiple boundary changes and the closing of schools. In her role as transportation coordinator, she has many responsibilities and specialties, which include temporary doctor, dental consultant, veterinarian, professional driver, mechanic, professional weather spotter, plumber, and experienced janitor. She has been the first for almost everything that happens in Lapeer, and her list of talents goes on and on and on. If you think of something, she's already done it, or created it, or been the first to take it. During her time with LCS, Brenda has been a bus transportation coordinator and involved with the bus rodeo for many years. I believe she was the best, I'll say driver that Lapeer ever had, which by the way, she tells her on a daily basis. You might be getting the hint. Brenda is very entertaining to work with. Brenda takes pride in her job and has the ability to manage her time well in order to keep up on her multiple duties. Brenda is good at her job and we love her dearly. She is a tremendous asset to Lapeer Community Schools and the Transportation Department. A few things Cowards have to say about Brenda. These are things. Brenda is passionate about her work when it comes to both her drivers and her students. I've watched this wonderful woman cry and laugh with drivers and students. Brenda has a great sense of humor and a heart of gold. She has helped me and others in times of need. Whether it's a listening ear or a dollar out of her pocket, she is always willing to help. Brenda is always multitasking. I've witnessed her on the phone calming down an angry parent at the same time rerouting drivers to the correct destination. For exceptional service in the Transportation Department at Lapeer Community Schools, we are honored to present this award to Brenda Wells for distinguished service. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Kristen Wilcox, President of the LEA, to present Distinguished Educator Awards.
The Distinguished Educator Award is awarded to honor members of the non-administrative certified staff, such as classroom teachers, counselors, for exemplary professional skills, high personal qualities, demonstration of educational expertise and involvement, and service to schools and students. Recipients of the Distinguished Educator Award are certified staff with at least 3 continuous years of service and are eligible to be nominated by their colleagues. I am pleased to have Board of Education President Summer Putnam and Board Vice President Craig Watson to help present this year's awards. Rachel Fisher, Distinguished Educator. Rachel's first word when she was little was book. She always played school and wanted to be a teacher. Rachel began her career as a math teacher in Flint. Rachel came to Schindler in 2013 and has never left. Her heart is 100% all in at Schindler. The best teacher quality Rachel possesses is her ability to create a positive classroom environment. This begins by her thoughtful planning of her room setup. Each year she creates a room that is inviting and exciting to enter. Her relationships with her students are second to none. She sets very high expectations for academic and behavioral, coupled with the caring and nurturing that motivates all students to do their best. They wouldn't dare want to do anything to let her down. In fact, there have been occasions when a substitute will send one of her students to the office for misbehaving, and they seem to care less about the phone call home, but would break down in tears when told that they would have to discuss. And they seem to care less about the phone call home, but would break down in tears when told that they would have to discuss it with Mrs. Fisher upon her return. Administrators and colleagues admire her leadership ability and will go to Rachel for to head up new initiatives. She has been a partner leader for the Investigations Math curriculum since its existence and continues to train new teachers, as well as guide Schickler staff in best practices. Rachel also lets her social side shine by leading the Sunshine Committee. There is not one social event that goes down without Rachel being at the head of it. Here are a few things her colleagues have to say about Rachel. Rachel is one of those teachers who are continuously looking to improve. She is a deep thinker who is constantly critiquing the way she delivers instruction while looking for ways to engage all of her students. Rachel puts her students first and foremost. She connects with families on many levels by extending herself on a personal level, as well as being involved in school-sponsored events. Rachel is able to work with the most difficult of children and motivate them to learn and grow. Rachel is a powerhouse. Rachel is reflective. Rachel is passionate. In my time working with Rachel, I have personally witnessed countless examples of her brilliance as an educator. In recognition for her service to students and staff, we are pleased to recognize Rachel Fisher as a distinguished educator. Stephanie Phillips, distinguished educator. Stephanie Phillips' teaching career began with her love of science in 2001, and she continues to have an enormous impact still today on the students of Lapeer. Stephanie has always gone above and beyond to demonstrate excellence and initiative, both in the classroom with her students and as a leader with her colleagues. She takes her teaching seriously and utilizes every minute of her teaching time to motivate and encourage her students to be the best they can be. She always instructs utilizing best practices and contributes her mathematical and science knowledge to her colleagues by presenting in small group and district-wide presentations. Her ability to differentiate her lessons, use collaborative partnerships, formative assessments, analyze data to guide her instruction, and assess individual student needs is what makes her the exceptional teacher she is today. Stephanie's guidance does not stop there. Her ability to change a student's fixed mindset to one who believes in him or herself shows who Stephanie is as a teacher. Her students accomplish excellence, are intrinsically motivated, and have some of the highest test scores in the district. She possesses a sense of humor that allows her students to feel connected and respected. Here are a few words staff and parents have to say about Stephanie. Stephanie is truly the model of a professional educator. She makes our profession better by being part of it. I have had the pleasure of working in a classroom with Stephanie Phillips at Summer Middle School. She is an inspiration as a teacher. She has the natural ability to relate to all students in her classroom. I volunteered in Ms. Phillips' classroom on many occasions. The enthusiasm, energy, and passion she brought to her classroom each day was limitless. She instills the love of the subject matter into her students and exhibits a kind, respectful yet firm demeanor in her Lapeer Community Schools. We are pleased to honor Stephanie Phillips as a distinguished educator. Before I begin this next one, I'd like to point out the middle row of our auditorium here. And I counted 21 individuals from Shannon's family here tonight. So I'd like you guys to help me by standing and giving them a round of applause. And girls, I see the red bows. Shannon Nichols, distinguished educator. Shannon Nichols was a phenomenal educator, spending 20 years at Lapeer Community Schools. Shannon's career impacting others began in special education at Seton Elementary and progressed to 4th and 5th grades at Seton, then Lynch. The choice of education as her profession was evident in her high school years as her heart for service to others blossomed due to the influence of several teachers at Lapeer Community Schools, especially Senior Johnson at the former Lapeer East. Shannon served as District Elementary Chair of English for grades 3 through 5 and assisted with professional development. She served on ESC at Seton and Lynch, in addition to running the spelling bee, STEM nights, and planning reading month activities. She organized the coffee club at Lynch to help fellow staff overcome stress and help morale in the building, and just 2 years ago competed in a marathon for charity. Here's what others have to say about Shannon. Mrs. Nichols has always supported me. She motivated me, she helped me especially in writing. It was around this time when I realized writing was something I could and should do moving forward. And because of Mrs. Nichols, I found a passion that will last a lifetime. The love Shannon poured out to her students inside was evident each day. Her students will always be her kids. Mrs. Nichols is the perfect mix of sugar and spice. She can use a firm hand when students need to be pushed beyond their comfort zone, but can bring the sugar and lots of it. The loving bond she forms with students and their families is beyond special. Shannon was a voice for all of us. Union Vice President, negotiator, department chair, colleague, friend, and for her students, a teacher. She did it all. The staff and students of Lapeer Community Schools are beneficiaries of this strong women's determination to make a difference in the lives of others. Although Shannon is not physically here tonight, we feel her spirit all around us as we celebrate her today. Sorry. For many years, and Sugar and spice definitely sums it up very well. In recognition of her service to the students and staff of Untitled Community Schools, we are pleased to honor Shannon Nichols as a distinguished educator, and as I said, accepting the award on her behalf is Cousin Ray. $800 in boxes. Kelly Nagel, distinguished educator. Kelly Nagel was not always on the path to be a teacher. She and her husband worked and eventually put themselves through school, and both are now educators. Kelly has worked for 20 years as an educator, filling multiple roles across both Kearsley and Computer. Kelly has advanced degrees, including an Ed Specialist degree. She is a trained reading recovery teacher and is an active participating member of the district PAC. Kelly is a perfect example of what it means to be a lifelong learner. Kelly has served in the role of both classroom teacher and learning coach. She is efficiently able to establish quality relationships with both students and staff. She is innovative and passionate about education and supporting the needs of our community of learners. Kelly has been instrumental in helping Schickler become what it is today. She embraced our vision to make Schickler a place that promotes family kindness and diversity. Kelly has spent countless hours working behind the scenes, outside the workday, and on weekends, making Schickler a special place for students. She would decorate bulletin boards, plan events, and organize functions, all in an effort to support our vision. Kelly is always willing to pitch in and take on school-related tasks. Kelly was also significant in connecting Schickler with community agencies, such as Fiat Chrysler. She worked to develop a long-lasting relationship and partnered with them to bring their generosity and resources into the school. This relationship has been significant for the students at Schickler. Here are a few other things. Kelly will literally drop what she is doing to help anyone in need. Staff trust her, value her, and students love her. Kelly is a valuable asset to our school as a reading recovery teacher. The training she has spent years to obtain and maintain has not only benefited all of her students, but also all of the students of her colleagues that have been able to be helped through the coaching received from her. In my time working with Kelly, she has never ceased to amaze me in her commitment to the staff and students of Schickler. You will not find someone that has more love and support for the Schickler family. For her dedicated service to the students and staff at Schickler Elementary, we are pleased to recognize Kelly Nagel as a distinguished educator. Usually when I close this event, we're at the country club, and I've had a couple of pops by now. So I'm gonna keep this short, sweet, which I didn't plan to anyways, we were gonna be outside tonight, because as Matt said, it was 172 degrees in the football field. We really would like to thank everyone that came. This included, our award recipients last year. We were unable to hold this. I'm glad that we were able to come together, especially in an auditorium, with it being the weather that we're having. And we usually, at the end of our event, we usually have table decorations that we give away. This year we have 2 flower arrangements. There's one on our table, and there was one on the table that you walked in. And it's just another gesture to the family, Alexis, and with you guys to each table those arrangements. So thank you all for coming. Staff, enjoy your next couple of days. It's been a year, let's put it lightly, and goals.